welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is James Salvatore, and today I have the 2020 Mercedes S560 here for you. Now in the video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about the car so that you can better make your purchase decision. However, before we get into it, be sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to be alerted when I post future videos. Now on the channel, I do everything from new car reviews, new car comparisons, classic cars, exotic cars, and pretty much everything in between. So stick around because you won't want to miss out. And with that, let's get into the video. To start the video off, I'd just like to give you a little bit of a brief overview on the S-Class just in general for 2020. Now there's a few different models to pick from. Here what we have today is the S560 model with the V8. However, there is a model below this. The entry-level S-Class is the S450, and it comes with a twin turbocharged 3-liter V6 putting out 362 horsepower. And primarily its purpose is to give people kind of an entryway point into the S-Class where you get that refinement and that comfort. However, if you don't really need a lot of power, it's the perfect option. However, the S560 here is more of the middle of the road variant. Now this gives you the ultimate luxurious experience. It gives you a little bit of everything. It gives you that comfort, it gives you that refinement, but it also gives you a lot of power. However, there is another S-Class model besides the Maybach models, which are the ultra luxury models that compete with the Rolls Royces, and that is the S63 AMG. And the S63 has a bi-turbocharged 4-liter V8 putting out 603 horsepower, which is absolutely crazy for a car like this, but they make it for the people that want it. However, going for this year is the S65. The AMG V12 model. The only way you can get a V12 in an S-Class now is if you opt for the Maybach S650, which comes with the V12 still. Otherwise, they've just taken it completely out of the model lineup. So if you're looking for that, you may want to look for a leftover of one of last year's models. On a quick side note, if there's any Mercedes models you'd like me to review, be sure to drop a comment in the comment section below requesting it, and I'll do my best to accommodate it. Under the hood of the 560, you'll find a twin turbocharged V8 putting out 463 horsepower and 516 foot-pounds of torque, made it to a 9-speed automatic. Now, these may sound like big numbers to you, and you might be wondering, what do you need that much power in a car like this for? I'll tell you why. The reason why you want that power is because in a luxury car, you want effortless acceleration. It's not for racing around. In fact, if you're looking to buy this car from a performance standpoint, you're missing the point. No, the point of this car is to get you from point A to point B more refreshed than when you first set off in the first place. What sets the S-Class apart from its competitors in the segment, quite simply, first off, is ride quality. And the S-Class has two class-leading suspension systems that lead to that ultra luxurious ride comfort quality. Now, the first of that being what comes standard on the S-Class, and that's Airmatic. Now, what Airmatic is an air suspension system that basically smooths out the bumps in the road as smooth as possible. It also counteracts some body roll, very minor though. However, if you're really looking for the ultimate in ride comfort, you want to go for the Magic Body Control option. And what Magic Body Control does is it uses a series of sensors. It's a fully active hydraulic suspension system that's about a $6,000 option, but it's really cool. So it uses two cameras to scan the road in front of you for potholes and other crevices, and it will literally prepare the suspension to take the bump so that you don't even feel it. And when you approach corners, it will automatically level itself to counteract body roll, pitch, and yaw. Let's take a second to look at the headlights here, because this is one of the distinguishing features of the S-Class. So first you'll see that you have the 3 accenting LED lines, and basically what that is it represents the S-Class model. The C-Class has 1, the E-Class has 2, and the S-Class has 3. So at night when you see these 3 lines coming at you, you know that it's an S-Class. Now, this is their multi-beam LED headlamp system. It's one of the best systems that they have in the lineup. And what it does is it actively illuminates corners by swiveling the low beams, and it also has active high beams, which is pretty neat, and it's very useful at night because, you know, the farther you can see, the better you can see, is the safer you're driving. For those of you who follow me, you know I always do a practicality test. However, in this car, it's a little bit different than the other cars, because this car is a car that you could either be driven in or drive. When it comes to driving this car, it's truly a joy. With that magic body control, it levels itself out in the corners, and you have active seat bolsters. So when you're taking turns, the seat bolster will inflate to keep you in place so you're not moving around in your seat. It's really controlled, and it's just a really awesome feature. Now let's move on to the back and see what it's like in the back seat, because honestly in an S-Class, that's the most important thing. Well, that's nice. You have soft closing doors all throughout. Now, sitting in the back of the S-Class is truly a special experience. Instantly, I feel more relaxed and calm, especially with the nice ambient lighting, as you can see behind my head and around the cabin. It's a genuinely special place to be. Now, this isn't the long wheelbase, so there's a little bit of less leg room, and we don't have some of the extras like in the executive package you get in the rear seat. However, there are some controls here. Now, on the wall, we have a few options. We have ventilated seats, heated seats, as well as a button to control the seat in front of us. Now, this is pretty cool because you hit this button and it moves up the seat in front of you. So if you want to kick back and relax, you can. You also get these nice little mirrors up here. They just pop on down, and then, you know, I guess if you're a girl, you can fix your makeup or whatever. If you look, you have buttons to control both side shades right here. And I like that, you know, some cars that have shades, even if they are automatic, they don't kind of just hide away nicely like this. In the S-Class, they go a little bit further, and they literally have a little compartment which the thing hides in. Take a look. I like that. It's little details like that where you could really tell that they went the extra 9 yards to make sure that this was the most luxurious experience you could possibly have. Now, for those of you who aren't going to be chauffeured around and you're going to be using this as a family car, I also want to test how good rear leg room is normally. Now, I set the driver's seat up to accommodate me. I'm 6'1", and I'm going to see how I fit behind myself. As you can see, I have plenty of extra knee room. My feet aren't cramped at all. I have plenty of extra headroom. I would say that you could see anybody below 6'5" in here comfortably, no problem at all. Let's take a look at rear cargo storage, because in a full-size luxury sedan like this, chances are you're going to be traveling and you're going to need to bring baggage with you. So when you have the key in your pocket or on you just in general, you just walk up to the car and wave your foot underneath it, and the trunk lid will just open right up, and vice versa. If you want to close the trunk, all you have to do is wave your foot under the trunk again and it'll close. Now, the S-Class gives you pretty generous storage space. However, not as much as I thought you would have gotten with a car this size, and that's due to the automatic rear reclining seats. Now, you can't put these seats down, so this is the only storage space you have. Just keep that in mind. And if you opt for that fancy champagne cooler, the trunk basically becomes useless, because you get a protruding box in the trunk that almost comes all the way out here to the end of the trunk deck. Now I want to take you on a tour of some of the interior features and talk about some of the technology in this car. When you hop into the interior of the S-Class, you got a lot going on. However, the first thing that you notice is just simply the level of attention to detail and quality materials used throughout this car. And the next feature has to be the ambient lighting. You could choose from 64 different colors in this car, and it just looks gorgeous at night. It feels like a nightclub in here. And you can see it changes throughout. You could choose to have multi-zone or just one single color. And just take a look at it. It's underneath the center console here. It's all around the dashboard. Next, I'd like to talk to you about technology in the S-Class. In particular, let's start with the infotainment system in the driver's information center. I'd like to first point out that there is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard on this car, and that's a very good thing because as these systems age, 4 or 5 years down the road, they feel outdated. And when you have Apple CarPlay, when your phone updates, the system updates, which is nice because it always keeps you in the loop, the newest features all the time. Now, the S-Class hasn't gotten Mercedes Benz's newest infotainment system yet, MBUX, which is a little bit of a letdown. However, there's a few other models that haven't gotten it yet, like the E-Class. I think that the E-Class and the S-Class are on the same refresh cycle, so I'm pretty sure that they'll probably get it within next year. Now, if you're not familiar with what MBUX is, it's Mercedes' newest infotainment system with the added ability of having a touch screen and a virtual voice assistant similar to Hey Google, Alexa, or Siri. The left touchpad controls the driver's information center and the right touchpad controls the infotainment system. So you have the home button right here. You hit that and you get a few options. You get to look at your service information, driver's assist, trip, navigation, radio, media, phone, and then you have this option for designs. You click on that by pushing down the little touchpad, and you have 3 options. You have a sporty design, you have the classic design, and then you have progressive. I really, in particularly, like progressive. I think it's just a nice, clean look. However, just for the review purposes, we're going to keep it in classic mode because it's just a little bit easier for everybody to understand. Now, you can't configure the left side. However, you could pick from a few different options on the right side. If you scroll over to the right by bumping over twice to the right and you move down, you could see your fuel economy information. You could see your G-forces and RPMs. You can have a normal tachometer, or you can have your navigation system displayed here. Overall, pretty simple there. The new MBUX system offers a little bit more customization. However, you're not really missing out on much. It's just a few different menus that you get, a few different designs. But I think they decided to update the S-Class as one of the last models because they figure most of the people that will be driving these will be older and won't care about all those different designs anyways. Overall, I recommend the S-Class for somebody who's not looking to compromise, for somebody who's looking for the utmost luxurious experience and isn't afraid to pay for it. These cars you have to pay to play. However, you really get what you pay for. I mean, in this car you get a serene, comfortable, quiet, relaxing experience. This car isn't the car that you race around a corner at 100 miles an hour. It's not a C63. This car is for the people that want to go down the road and not feel a thing, that want to wind down from their day, that want to relax, but also want a car that's effortless in almost every way. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it informative. If you haven't done so yet, be sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so that you're alerted when I post future videos. And if you'd like me to review any Mercedes models in particular, or Porsche or Audi models, be sure you drop a comment in the comment section requesting it, and I'll do my best to accommodate it. And before we go, I'd like to say a special thanks to Dave Columb and friends at Mercedes Benz of Fairfield, Connecticut for making this video possible. I'm going to include a link in the description below so that you can check out their inventory. They got a lot of high-end AMG models, so be sure to check them out. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video.